Good morning, Anna.
Hello.
Thanks for joining in.
Yeah.
Thanks for the comment. It looks like it works.
How do you like the new look?
The biggest news for bald men since shaving head came into style.
Yeah, this is huge.
Toupees. Toupees are back in a big way. Apparently, they've done a big write-up about this because they're hyper-realistic now. No one's are hotter. The hottest one's Flex. I guess it's the hottest new Flex.
Okay,
that you
I was
can
going to
have.
say whatever you just said didn't make a lot of sense
Yeah,
to
I
me.
know.
It's the hottest new flex for bald guys
Yeah.
to have a toupee,
Yeah.
which used to be not the hottest flex.
No, everybody made fun of them.
Well, they never looked. It just looked like a piece of carpet.
Yeah. They've gotten a lot better since their heyday in the 80s.
Yeah.
The good ones use real hair that's stitched into a polyester piece that you can sweat through.
It's good.
They glue it to your scalp
Yay.
and give you the exact haircut you want. You can shower. You can go up to 6 months before it needs reapplied. The downside, they're not cheap, several $1,000s. They don't,
Several thousand.
yeah, even if it's two, that's like $4,000 a year.
I'm going to guess it's more than two because I would say a couple. I'm going to bet it's like 5,000 or something like that. We'll start looking this up.
Nah.
6 months. So you're going to need a couple a year, minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
All right.
wigs for men might not be weird in the future.
I don't think it's weird now.
Hmm?
I don't think it's weird now.
You don't?
I think as long as you time it right, it may not be weird now. If you are in the process of losing it and you know it's going, but you're holding on, but you don't want to shave it off, couldn't you just do a wig and then just one weekend, I slick it down, I get my wig right, and then I wear the wig, and then you just go on like I just got a different hairstyle. I just got a different haircut or whatever, and just rock on like that. Is that okay?
I guess you could. There's no way I would do this.
There'd be a little bump in the road with people that knew you. After that, it wouldn't be a thing.
I'm bald until the day I die. I don't care how popular toupees are.
Really? Because you could, like,
No. It's too
not
much.
even a little bit?
No, it's not. It's too much work.
You can have whatever haircut you want.
Yeah.
You could.
I cut my own hair. No
It says
shampoo. No
what?
shampoo, no conditioner.
Let's rewind the clock a little bit.
Save money, save
when
time.
you finally decided to let it go,
Uh-huh.
would you have considered it then? When you were trying to hang on, and I said, well, I mean, there's a point there for all of us.
Yeah.
I think I'll see it one day. Mine's a little thinner than it was.
Uh-huh.
And I'm nervous about that because I got a weird head. I think I have a lumpy head. I don't know. You don't know what's
You
under
don't
there.
know. And that was my biggest fear
And
about
so-
shaving my head. I don't know what's under there.
You don't know. There's no way to know. So, I mean, I don't know if I can go in for several $1,000s and go the toupee route where they weave it. You know, it looks so good, by the way. We saw a video just a second
It
ago.
is pretty impressive what they can do now.
You couldn't. If that guy was walking down the street, you wouldn't know it was a toupee. It just
Right.
looks like that dude's haircut.
Yeah.
Would you have considered it then when you were going to make the leap? But this technology, this toupee technology was around then.
I might have thought about it,
I
actually.
think it's cheaper than hair plugs or whatever, the transplants. Do you have any idea what those cost? Did you ever venture down that road to see what it cost?
Never did.
I think it's really expensive. I'm guessing. They say it's considerably cheaper to do this toupee route. But if this is several $1,000s twice a year,
Yeah, I don't.
how much is a pack of razors?
I just use electric.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even do that.
One good electric razor, you can get that for what, like $50?
It was like $50, $60.
Yeah.
Like
And
every,
that's
like,
a pretty decent one, even.
I think a pretty good return here.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
point.
like a good 4 or 5 years in there.
Oh,
No, I wouldn't do this. And that's what's going to happen now. You're going to have all these people in their 20s and 30s that are losing their hair. They're going to get these, and before you know it, you're going to see less and less bald people, but it's really, they're still bald.
Yeah, 100%. They're just hiding it. What if bald isn't cool anymore? Because you got that factor going for you, at least the bald guy.
I at this point, I think that's what it is.
You're behind.
I think all of a sudden, if I pop up with a bunch of hair, now there might be a few people that remember. I had long hair. I did have long hair at one time,
Yeah.
and then I went from that to nothing.
Yeah.
So maybe people might not remember.
They'd have to have not seen you for 20 years, right?
I'll have to go through phases. Like I'd have to have a full head that's kind of thick, like go out for a vacation, wear a hat, vacation, and then come back and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, you."
Oh, yeah, of letting it grow back out again.
Yeah, but people that know me,
It would
they
be.
know you. That's
If you walked into work tomorrow with a full head of hair, oh, that's all we'd talk about all day.
and make fun of me.
No, I wouldn't.
That's why I wonder: is this really going to take hold? Thanks, Anna. Appreciate it.
Hey, congrats, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Did Anna say she became a grandma?
Yes.
Awesome. Congratulations, Anna.
Again. So
Oh,
this
grandma
is
again.
This is multiple.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's still just as exciting, I'm sure. That's amazing.
And if you are watching by the chance, you can make comments. Anybody else make comments and wonder what the platform, it'll all show up on one.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you'll see everybody.
That's right. We'll be a big community no matter where you're viewing. That's cool. Oh, Anna says that's number 6. She's a pro at this point. She knows what she's doing at this point.
What number do you become a pro?
I don't know. I know at this point, Anna's probably like, oh my gosh, Christmas is going to get worse and worse. 6 of them. What are you guys doing? Yeah.
pretty excited about this. There's all sorts of cool golf stuff. I don't know what's going on, but it's golf shows.
Can I back this up?
Movies and
I wanted to say this. Now, you can go fill out your 16-team bracket
yes,
at BigDog979.com right now in our March Mania contest. And
You
I
can do
came in today talking about the March game, the games, the tournament games,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
And Chris told me I didn't watch any of those.
I didn't watch any.
I watched
did
the
watch
golf
like about
tournament.
2 minutes
You did?
of one game.
Yeah,
And it was a blowout, which turned out not to be a
turned
blowout.
into an overtime game. I was telling him about this specific game. He goes, "Oh, I saw that. It was a blowout." Yeah, they came back. That's why you got to watch them
See, it's
sometimes. Now, I get it. I turn away from the blowouts, too. But he's like, I didn't watch any basketball. On the best weekend of basketball of the year, he watched golf,
I did.
which is cool. That's fine. That's your thing, man. I'm not making fun of you for that. But it's
Yeah,
just,
you are.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. That's just where we differ greatly. And that's why this stuff excites you so much. There's some cool golf.
And it was cool. It was a 36-year-old guy. It's changed his life because he's a journeyman guy
Yeah.
that is on the lower end, always struggling to make the tour the next year,
Mhm.
and he won one. He's all in tears. The kid, even at one point, the hilarious thing is he's probably never seen his dad cry,
Oh, yeah.
but also be happy. So the kid, I don't know, he's probably 4 or 5,
yeah.
is confused.
Hey, man.
You see him like looking, and he like wants to grab his face, like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
And then he at one point, I don't know if it was his dad's noise or if it was crowd around him, but he stuck his fingers in his ears.
Too loud.
It was funny.
That's funny.
But yeah, I watched golf, and then there was the new Full Swing came out on Netflix. I read a story where Owen Wilson's going to be playing a washed-up golfer to help out this troubled kid. It's going to be a golf TV series, very similar to like Ted Lasso
Mhm.
on Apple TV.
Mm-hmm.
And then I read this news over the weekend.
This probably connects with more of us, but
And
it's still golf related.
It's golf related,
Right.
and that's why I'm excited. In the era of sequels and reboots, which we have a million of,
It's all we make.
this news, not surprising, but I'm glad potentially it could be happening.
Uh-huh.
At least I hope they don't screw it up.
We'll see.
Adam Sandler reportedly working on a script for Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah.
First film came out in 1996. Christopher McDonald, who played Shooter McGavin, says Adam showed him the first draft of the script a few weeks ago. And, quote, he says, "You're going to love this." I thought, wow, that would be awesome. So it's in the works. Fans demanded it. So they're going to make it.
I'm curious as to how this goes because, I'm really curious as to where this goes. Now, Shooter McGavin on Twitter, and I don't know if Christopher McDonald or whatever his name is runs that or just some dude, but posted a picture that I saw over the weekend that said, "There's no way I'm losing to this guy in the sequel," which made me think, is there a sequel? Then you confirmed this for me this morning.
Yes.
And it's just your normal Adam Sandler picture where he's looking like a millionaire that just doesn't care what he looks like. And that's awesome that got thrown out there. That's what made me wonder, hey, is there a sequel to this thing coming?
And there is.
Indeed there
At
is.
least he's working on the scripts, no time frame, no where it's going to land, all that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's going to be part of the Netflix thing
I think Netflix owns him, don't they?
exclusively, or if he's going to be allowed to put it into the theaters and then
I
Netflix.
don't know. I think Netflix pretty well owns him. Maybe not. Maybe not entirely. I mean, it's working out okay for him, too.
Yeah, that's why he can dress like that, because thanks to Netflix.
Well, and the past success, like Happy Gilmore, that helps, too.
But very excited about it. Happy Gilmore 2, a lot of the new golf stars and stuff like that, I'm sure will be in it, and how they'll go about it.
Is there another movie franchise? This is a good question. We're rebooting everything anyway. We have been for many years. No new ideas. So is there something that hasn't gotten a sequel that you would like a sequel to?
The Last Starfighter.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
They should redo that movie.
They should redo it. You're
should-
talking reboot.
Or a follow-up would work.
Okay.
because the technology is so it would make it a better movie.
Some of the sci-fi things are a good idea
The
because
Last
technology.
Starfighter. That's instantly the one that comes to my mind.
I don't even know what that is. What is The Last Starfighter?
It's
How
the
long
Last
ago?
Starfighter.
How long ago?
It probably was in the 80s.
Okay.
It was in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's basically they sit down video games, and it's called The Last Starfighter. And then if you were good enough, they'd come and get you before the aliens, and so you could help defend their
You could help
planets.
fight the aliens. I bet that could be a lot better today. I bet
Oh,
it was awesome back then.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody that's seen it, everybody that's seen The Last Starfighter, I guarantee will back me up. They should either redo it or do a follow-up.
If you have one, you can check us out. We're live streaming right now, BigDog979.com or Chris Purple Haze, The Bobby Show on Facebook. Check it out and let us know what movie should they reboot or create a sequel for.
Appreciate it, Anna. You can watch the Big Dog 97.9 Facebook page. You can watch Chris Purple A's and Bobby Show Facebook page. There's Chris Purple A's and Bobby Show YouTube and X that you can watch on. You can watch at BigDog979.com. Can't make any comments on there, but you can YouTube, both Facebooks, X.
Mm-hmm. Instagram?
I have to double check on that. I think you can now do live on Instagram, but I'm not sure if it's set up.
Okay.
So I think I have to get that set up.
Still, a lot of options.
Multiple places. Appreciate it very much.
Yes, thank you.
Apparently, Vans might not be the brand it is today if it weren't for Sean Penn, who wore them and their checkered slip-ons when he played Jeff Spicoli in the 1982 classic Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Now, more than 40 years later, the owner of Vans has finally had a chance to thank him. Here is Steve talking about how it all happened.
Did make checkerboard and then put it into the stores. The first one was black and white check. Then Sean Penn goes in, Santa Monica store. I just thought Betty Mitchell, who was our PR person, brought shoes to the studios, Universal. No, she told me exactly what happened. So Sean went in, bought it. We was at the scene, he had the shoes on. So Universal calls up Vans and says, hey, our star here has a pair of these check shoes. Can we get some more? So Betty drove up with 24 shoes.
Huh. Now, Steve is the son of the co-founder. Was in Hawaii apparently a year ago when he was tipped off that Sean was at a nearby restaurant. So he went in, introduced himself, and told him, quote, you made my life so much better because of what you did for the brand.
Yeah.
And then he gave the owner his credit card and says, I've got Sean's dinner.
Yeah, I bet. He owes Sean a dinner.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, trying to look it up, how much do you really even see them? But I mean, the cover of Fast Times has Sean Penn on it wearing them.
Yes.
You kind of mostly see the bottoms of it, but you can kind of see the checkerboard Vans, at the top. And, I bet it would it have even been a thing if Sean Penn hadn't worn them in Fast Times.
They might not have gotten the big iconic brand of shoe without that because a lot of kids probably watched it in Fast Times and went, those are cool.
Those are cool.
I want some of those.
I bet you that happened. But also, good on Sean Penn for going and finding the,
on his own.
Yeah, this is what a skater dude would be wearing right now.
This is what Spicoli would be wearing.
This is what Spicoli would wear. Tuck his donuts in his pants. This is what he would do. Sean Penn, one of the greatest characters ever, probably.
Still that you get pizza delivered to the to the classroom.
Isn't it our time? Since we're together. That's great.
Here's Rich Glitter.
This is not headline news. Elton John turned 77 today. He's showing his age. In fact, he barely remembers when rock was young, and he has no idea who Susie even is. An 18-year-old Canadian girl named Emily is one of the few people in the world with a highly superior autobiographical memory. She can remember everything, dates, times, events, and that time her boyfriend said he'd be over at 7 but didn't show up till 8:32. People who fall in love with coworkers may have what's called office goggles. Unless the coworkers have jobs in radio, then they just have what's called low standards. And The Phantom Menace is getting a theatrical re-release because Star Wars fans spoke and George Lucas didn't listen. This is not headline news.
Thanks, everybody, for jumping in. The live, we'll do the live every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We got videos that go up all the time. But the live portion, if ever you want to make comments and stuff like that, we'll get some conversations and stuff like that going as well.
See you guys tomorrow.
We're working on stuff.
Yeah.